Hey guys, and welcome back to today's MLB video play of the day. For more pick content, be sure to head on over to our main website, stumpthespread.com, linked down in the video description. Over at our main site, you can access our daily free play, and be sure to hit that subscribe button on our YouTube channel for more of this pick video content in the future. Heading into today's matchup, we got the Chicago Cubs going on the road to take on the Atlanta Braves at SunTrust Park, where Atlanta has all of a sudden become one of the better teams in the National League, at least over the past month. The Braves have posted one of the best records in all of baseball that has allowed Atlanta to climb back to 500 on the year. Post All-Star break, the Braves are now 3-0, sweeping through the Arizona Diamondbacks at home, playing with a lot of confidence and really building off of what's been a much better home crowd over at SunTrust Park for Atlanta than Turner Field had become in recent years for the Braves. The Chicago Cubs find themselves actually in a similar situation to where the Braves currently stand. They are 46-45 overall in the year, 22-25 on the road, and both of these teams are looking to continue to climb above that 500 mark and become more of a factor in the wild card race, which is still pretty wide open here over in the National League. The Chicago Cubs have been one of the bigger disappointments in the National League so far this year, but still plenty of time for the Cubs to right the ship, and they're actually still closer to the NL Central League first place spot than they are the wild card race. Right now sitting 4.5 games back of the Milwaukee Brewers in the NL Central. The Cubs, they're coming off of a sweep of their own, which came on the road against the Baltimore Orioles, where Chicago was able to pick up all 3 wins with strong offensive performances, scoring 9, 10, and 8 runs respectively. Be interesting to see if the Cubs can carry that type of offense over into this series here against the Atlanta Braves. The Chicago Cubs on the year, they've actually been halfway decent on both sides of the ball. Their record doesn't necessarily tell the story of the stats for this team. Right now, the Cubs rank 9th in all of baseball in total team earned run average, a pretty respectable number there. Their offense hasn't quite lived up to expectations, but still not terrible by any means, ranking about league average at 16th in total runs scored. In their last outing, the Cubs were able to get past the Orioles by a final of 8-0, so a pretty strong showing from Chicago in that outing as they head out on the road into their second straight road series since coming back from the All-Star break. Today, the Cubs are going to be sending out veteran 33-year-old lefty Jon Lester. Lester hasn't been dominant by any means through his 19 starts this season, and Lester was really roughed up in his last outing, which came at home against the Pirates, where he was only able to get through 2/3 of an inning. He gave up 6 hits, 10 runs, 3 walks. Very ugly situation there for Mr. Lester, and that didn't do any favors for his ERA, certainly, which now sits at 4.25 on the year with a 1.34 whip. Neither of those numbers living up to his career averages. The Atlanta Braves, post All-Star break, like I said, coming off that sweep at home against the Arizona Diamondbacks, who have been one of the top teams in the NL through the first half of the regular season. The Braves are playing with a lot of confidence in terms of their offensive output, especially with Freeman back in the lineup as he's moved over to third, so that Matt Adams can continue to have his bat in that lineup. And Adams has been just a tremendous offensive bat for the Braves to add in to their offensive firepower and what he's been able to do at SunTrust, which is favorable to power-hitting lefties. It's certainly been a good pickup there for the Braves, but on the year, Atlanta ranks similarly to Chicago in terms of their offensive output, ranking 17th in baseball in total runs scored, 6th in team batting average, and that's a difference here between the Braves and the Cubs, as Atlanta gets on base through hitting much more often compared to the Cubs ranking 23rd in baseball in total team batting average. But pitching-wise, Atlanta, they've had issues with some of their veteran guys. Cologne was just had a terrible campaign for the Braves, and Atlanta had to end up dropping him. So that's part of their starting rotation woes, but Sean Newcomb has taken that spot in the rotation. He's been quite a bit more effective. R.A. Dickey, he got off to a really slow start this year, but he's been much better as of late, arguably been the best Braves starting pitcher over the past month or so. And then you have Julio Teheran, who's been basically a near all-star caliber pitcher on the road, but has had his issues at his home park. Teheran is going to be looking to bounce back at SunTrust Park in the second half of the regular season, and Teheran looked great in his last outing. It came on the road against the Washington Nationals. We actually sided with the Braves in that one as they were near plus 200 underdogs in that one. They ended up winning that one by a final of 13-0. But anyways, in that start, Tehran went 7 innings deep, giving up just 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 2 walks to 5 strikeouts. So definitely a confidence-building type of start there for Tehran. So heading into this one, we do find the Braves as quite significant underdogs. And the reason that we see that, I would say, is because of Tehran's issues that he's had at his home park this year compared to what he's been able to do on the road. But Atlanta's just playing with a ton of confidence. They've been getting great crowds out there at SunTrust Park, which has really boosted things for the Braves. Their offense has been clicking in a very positive direction, and also their pitching has also started to come around, as especially over the past month, where the Braves have gone on to win 18 of the last 28 games. So with everything heading in a positive direction right now for Atlanta, getting this one on their home field in a pitching matchup that you do give the slight edge to the Cubs, but probably not quite as much as one would think coming into this one. We feel like Atlanta straight up at about plus 145 is a solid value play, and that's going to be our MLB video play of the day for today's action, siding with the Atlanta Braves straight up at home against the Chicago Cubs, for two teams that have looked strong coming out of the gate post All-Star break. Again, guys, click that subscribe button for more of this pick video content in the future, and also head on over to our main site, stumpthespread.com, which is linked down in the video description to access our daily free play. So thanks again for stopping on in, and we hope to see you in future videos. Bye.